Is a Gloomhaven comic being made? What's happening with Frosthaven? What's in the box? And other such fun questions answered now. So, it was very recently reported from Bleeding Cool that there is a wonderful Gloomhaven comic book in development, and people who get it are going to get this really cool item, and there's going to be great stuff. However, SourcePoint and Cephalofair Games have been collaborating to come up with maybe an option of making this wonderful comic book, and it looks like it is very likely happening. So although that was interesting news, it looks like the idea of when, if they're even at a 100% sure that it's going to happen, and is there going to be promotional material? From the looks of it, Isaac actually doesn't want people to feel compelled to necessarily have that fear of missing out, of like, well, I won't have all the items if I don't buy this comic book. So he's leaning away from the idea of having promotional material, but it does look like it's very likely that we are getting a wonderful Gloomhaven comic. So if you haven't heard of SourcePoint, I'm going to put a link below so you can check them out. We don't have any other news on it, but it sounds like in the next few weeks we might get more official details on it. And Isaac actually has been posting quite a bit of updates on the status of Frosthaven. He actually is going to give us a timetable on what he feels like we're going to be doing in terms of progress on the project in the upcoming weeks. And he actually wanted to give us a little bit of a teaser. He showed us some of the traits that we'll be using to handle these city and road events. Instead of saying, do you have this kind of class, do you have this kind of race, and so forth, you'll see that some of the races actually end up sharing a lot of the similar traits. For example, a lot of the Inox we're seeing have like strong and intimidating traits. The Quattrels, the Blinkblade, and the Tinkerer actually share the exact same traits. However, it does appear that the Demolitionist doesn't, so although there does appear to be quite a bit of overlap, looks like there might be some outliers. It'll be very interesting to see how all the locked classes end up getting handled as well. So Frosthaven is going to have a puzzle book. It was mentioned in the Kickstarter, and he did kind of revive it semi-recently. A post indicating that he has gotten extensive feedback from us over the years, and with that, he's going to take that into consideration when making the puzzle for Frosthaven. From those who did the X puzzle, as you can see in the Kickstarter, he added a bonus saying, hey, there's actually more to the X puzzle than we included in the initial box. For those who solved the X puzzle, they needed a little bit more components to actually finish using whatever that is. And in the Kickstarter for Frosthaven, you can get the rest of the components without having to do whatever it is yourself. He seems to understand that, and he's indicated that that will not be the case this time, and anything that there's going to have puzzle or whatnot is going to be included in the Frosthaven box. Hopefully with the inevitable delays, it doesn't push it into 2022, but I have confidence that whatever hiccups they have been having has been pretty minor. If you actually have been following the Frosthaven updates, they are showing off some of the wonderful new sculpts too. We did get to see the new Drifter. If you haven't seen a lot of the updates to the sculpts from the original classes, it's very cool because although I wasn't a huge fan of some of the sculpts for the Gloomhaven game, Jaws of the Lion really kind of stepped it up a bit, although you know, you still have Quattrels that are very small. The Blinkblade actually, just using some of the terrain on the base and giving them a little bit more height that way really made the miniature pop way more than some of the other Quattrels. And these new sculpts look great. So if you haven't seen that out, I'm going to put that in the description too, so you can at least see the new Drifter miniature. It looks pretty fantastic. I'm actually kind of hyped about the Drifter, although I think it's fun to play. I don't think it's necessarily a powerful class for what he is, but hey, you know what? They're still doing playtesting, and hopefully we'll get actually another stream from Isaac to show off some more of these classes. He before he broke his hand, ended up streaming with 3 locked classes on his Twitch, and that was pretty exciting. So maybe now that things are better in motion, we'll see that from him again. Now personally, what I think is hilarious is I am going to be getting the Gloomhaven comic. Hopefully they confirm that it's actually 100% a thing, and we'll find out in the next coming weeks. But I can't help but feel that Isaac seems just the kind of fellow who, when working with SourcePoint, will want to maybe slip in some new puzzle. And I know that this is just entirely a theory, so I know that Bleeding Cool, he did clarify in his post that they were reporting speculation as fact. This is pure speculation. There's no fact here. This is just me thinking aloud. I think he seems the kind of fellow who would hide a puzzle in a comic book saying, hey, put this in there to see just how people react to it. And then we go from there to see where it would happen. I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, I'll get it, I'll look through it, and then it'll be just eating my own words when I find out that there's absolutely nothing. But hopefully I'll enjoy the comic itself. So if you're excited for it, let us know in the comments below. What do you want to see? And how hyped are you for Frosthaven? Hopefully we get actually more updates in the next coming month. So if you have gotten this far, thanks for watching. I'm going to put a bunch of memes here at the end. So if you like memes, here's a bunch of Gloomhaven memes. And thanks for watching.